Bella Hadid recently sat down for her first ever podcast interview and made some surprising revelations. The 25-year-old model and founder spoke with Amanda Ducournau, host of Victoria's Secrets vs. Voices podcast about mental health, her childhood, and self-love. One of the things she mentioned was that in her past she constantly went back to men and women that had abused me. While the overall discourse between Bella and the host was positive and hopeful, there were moments in the 37-minute chat when the public figure reflected back on tough times in her life. Among them was a portion of the talk in which Hadid spoke candidly about unhealthy past relationships. Without naming names, she recalled, "I constantly went back to men and also women that had abused me, and that's where the people-pleasing came in." She elaborated, "I started not having boundaries, not only sexually, physically, emotionally, but then it went into my workspace." The 5'9" in Stunner traced it back to her childhood, during which she grew up feeling like a black sheep. "I always felt like my voice was never heard growing up," she admitted. Bella, who used to date singer-songwriter The Weeknd, added, "I grew up around men, whether that was in relationships or family or whatever that was, where I was constantly told that my voice was less important than their voice." Internalizing patterns from adolescence, she carried her nature of staying quiet into her future connections. Then moving into relationships growing up, and not having the boundaries of being able to stick up for myself and have my voice being heard, affected me in my adult relationships very intensely, where my nervous system would crash. It was fight or flight, Hadid explained. When asked what has brought you back to center and back to yourself in a way that has been helpful and nourishing, Bella listed several lifestyle changes. Staying off social media was among them. "It sounds very cliché, but to not have the energy of everyone else and their projections being projected back onto you is one of the most powerful things of all time," she said. The Kineuphorics co-founder then named therapy, meditation, and exercise as other practices that keep her grounded. "It's a cliché for a reason because it's a fact that it works," she noted. Elsewhere in the conversation, the fashionista discussed the recent death of the late Louis Vuitton creative director Virgil Abloh. Bella had one word for the experience of collective grieving over the designer: painful. "I'm at a loss for words when it comes to this passing," she expressed. "I miss him a lot, but I know that he left us with so much," Bella said about the loss of her friend. As for future endeavors, Hadid teased that she's been working on designing. "I have 3 collections in designing with separate companies," she revealed. "It's also for girls and boys. I don't design for one person," the model added. Without giving away much detail, she said the first collection could come out maybe in the next 6 months. "I could probably give you more information in February." In the meantime, she said she's super focused on her beverage line Kineuphorics.